What's good, superstars? Back with the digital collecting video. You got Superstar Joe, you got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going?
Pretty good, you.
What is going on with this hair over here? What the heck is going on with this hair?
It's
guys,
popping out.
If you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post. It's not every single day anymore. Bell notification is going to be very helpful for you to know whenever we got some content coming out. You can also become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. That program is still ongoing. Every single day, you will have a star next to your name. You'll be able to flex in the comments, but also you'll be getting entries into the giveaways every single month. You can follow us on X, follow us on Instagram. Join the Discord. Discord is still available 24/7. It is the best place in Web3 to get to know people from other projects, learn about new projects, ask questions. Everybody is so welcoming. There's some people in there. They get heated from time to time, but they are respectful in a way. They do not push it over the line. And I mean, we're always chirping and going back and forth with some of the trolls in there anyway. So it's a lot of fun if you want to just read and you don't have to participate. But I think you should join the Discord because a lot of information in there, a lot of smart people in there, learning from them every single day.
Also, if you guys remember, we have links directly related to our affiliates links. If you do use any links, make sure you let us know in the Discord because we assign stars at the end of the month. I want to give a shout out right now, by the way, for Cryptoids. They got the Donald Duck here dropping on Wednesday, right? So this seems like I don't notice an item. I don't know if the hat's going to be an item. Usually with Cryptoids, they always drop the character with an item. So we've seen on the last Disney and Friends drop or Mickey and Friends drop, you know, you had the watering cup, and then you had the fishing rod, and then I can't remember the last one. I think it was the bone, right? So they had multiple items for the different characters. This one here, I don't see any of them.
There's another rarity that they have teased. I think it's it looks like a camera, I believe.
Oh, is it going to be a camera? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, just a reminder, if anyone does use any of our affiliate links, just let us know in the Discord so we can give you stars to.
Yeah. So, all right, where did this topic stem from? It is actually stemming from the Candy platform. There's a great post here from Prez. If you don't know him, he's big in the Candy, the DC NFT stuff. Self-custody, beta testing complete. Why is this game changing? In the real world, you buy a comic or collectible from the shop, you expect to be able to take it home with full control of it. Self-custody mirrors that opportunity. No matter what happens on to the platform, there will always be a way to identify your unique collectible and use it in ways with caution and education. Buy and sell on other Palm-enabled marketplaces like Rarible and NFT Trade Official. Connect your back cows to trusted sites that can possibly make a game for you in the future. Regardless of what happens to Candy, you can use sites like dcbackhouse.com to connect your wallet and verify ownership of your back cow, or to possibly read your comics out of the app using the saved JPEGs. Trade with each other, endless other opportunities for what could be built using token gating. It is important to stress the importance of safety and security, as most of the big IP collectors are used to centralized platform. We've waited so long for this. This is such a big win and should not be understated. And then there's an example here, I guess, from Rajiv, who is showing off the self-custody beta test. So, I mean, big news for Candy. I mean, they were promising it. It's cool to see it actually functional in a beta way. And it's something that it's exciting to see a platform building rather than shutting their doors when they're not the biggest platform in the space.
Yeah, so first of all, what I want to say is that no one cares about self-custody right now in the digital collectible space. And I'll tell you the reason why. Just because they have announced this, I don't believe there's a whole bunch of new users that are going to go running to the Candy platform now to start using it, just because now they have self-custodial support. Now, trading should literally be a prerequisite. I think in the digital collectible space, every single person should have the freedom to buy, sell, and trade as they please. So when they mention that, I mean, that just got them to where they're supposed to be. But I think that this is an important step for the future. I think that right now, no one cares because it's missing the utility of what has to happen after you have self-custody. Because self-custody, the point of it is that it's supposed to be the key in order to enter various different potential opportunities that third-party apps may give you access to as a result of having that key. Just like on FlickPlay, if you own a Starboy by Game Art Brain, you have the key to actually project our 3D Starboy into 3D space and run around with them. That's an example of just a third-party utility. And it's going to go more. They talked about games. Now, the way they said that in that tweet, I have a feeling that no games exist right now. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if there's any games under development. They're just spitballing, I think, and just saying, yeah, a game potentially might be on the way, but I don't know for sure. I haven't directly researched that part of the project, but it's just basically just playing on our thoughts, which is that if you have self-custody of these NFTs, if you have the backhow, you have the key to be able to go and play any kind of third-party games that somebody may want to make. So I think self-custody is going to be so important and necessary in the future. But right now, I don't think it's enough to draw in a crowd. I don't think it's enough to bring people in to say, I want to be part of this platform solely because it has self-custody. But I think every platform should have self-custody.
I think that there are two approaches. I think that there's going to be two approaches, at least initially. I think that you're going to have the way that Candy's showing things. They're going to have self-custody. You're going to have it in your wallet. You're going to be able to buy, sell, trade at your own risk. And that's going to be great if they have other experiences that you can tie into. And I think that that's going to be the broad NFT Web3 space. Like majority of projects are going to do that, where you have a token or a ghost token or something that represents your collectible, that experiences will be built, maybe by the same platform, maybe by other platforms. And that token will provide you the access. Like you said, with the Flick Play app, you can use our Starboy NFT by Game Our Brain, and you can use that to unlock an experience on Flick Play. Flick Play is an example of a provider of experiences. There's another great example here. This is actually community driven. I want to show this off here. Shout out to No Ways RSX. So this is completely community driven. You can read it. There's no comic vault anymore. It says, look at this. You can actually look at the collectibles in the headset and the comics and open them up. And he's got a mixture here. You've got the Candy stuff and you've got Vivi on here.
I don't know how he did this.
This is obviously not from the company because they're not intermingled and they don't have an announced partnership yet. But he's showing the possibilities. Like, okay, if you give some kind of access, or if you build it into Stacker or whatever it is, which you don't need to have self-custody, you just have to connect your username, maybe then you're able to do this experience. The problem is that you would have to have both platforms connected into Stacker there. We don't know if that's ever going to happen where Stacker partners with Candy, but this exact instance where you have both platforms comics in the same area, that would be something that maybe favors the first example where you have that self-custody token, you bring it into this app where you can open comics and it does this. And this is user generated, community produced. He says he does it with his team here. So this looks amazing. This is, I can just see this as the future with people wearing maybe the Meta glasses now, a little bit lighter form factor than they are the Apple Vision Pro. Maybe that's the way it goes, but this is clean. Look how super clean this is. And he's been able to mix and match all the comics. I think comic lovers are going to love this if it is at all possible. But speaking to that, I think that Vivi is going in that other direction. They're trying to partner with Stacker. Stacker is going to onboard whatever experiences it seems, because it seems as though Stacker is able to tie the token to whatever they have on their app. So someone like this would have to get a partnership with Stacker that would then provide this experience and then tie it to it. And there's a lot more there. So I think Marvel and all these people have a lot to say about this, and you need to make sure that partnership is ironclad. But that is the first way where you don't have your self-custody. So maybe we don't need self-custody. And then the other way is having the self-custody like we see in DC, and then having, maybe you don't even heard of the company yet. Maybe that company hasn't even existed, that provides you a game or provides experiences and says, listen, bring your tokens here, token gate them. I think that's a great business proposal, by the way, to be that company that can have these people who build games or build whatever. And you just say, like, listen, you bring your NFT project here and use your NFTs as the tokens, and we will provide the experiences. And then you can like tailor make them. You can sit down in meetings with them and figure out a way. I think that's an untapped market. And I think that is the next wave up, where you have those experiences that are gated. We talk about it all the time. Utility, bring utility to a project, ongoing utility, something worth holding, something gets you something long-term, not just a one-off. But yeah, I see that as the two ways. Rob, what did you think of this when you first saw it?
First of all, this is exactly what I envisioned when we talked about the Vision Pro before the Vision Pro existed. This is exactly how I thought the space was going to go. This is how I thought digital comics were going to read. Specifically, mentioned Candy and Vivi. We know the Vivi verse is eventually going to come. I thought that maybe this would be something that they could do because they already have the 3D file. I thought of it where you could flip through, right? So you could project it into AR, I think flip through. So why not just make that capable with the Vision Pro, like you see right now with those hands flipping the pages? Is it really that big of a jump to go from what exists right now to doing that in this kind of 3D AR environment? So I always thought that this is exactly how it was going to be, but it hasn't quite been that way. And I don't even think they're close to doing this. But I think that this is where digital comics must go. It needs to be exactly like what we see on the screen right now, where you have to actually buy the token, and the token will be the way to verify whether you can access this digital comic book or not. And yes, in time, there will likely be copies of this, and people will do replicas that you might be able to get for much cheaper or for free. But ultimately, I mean, right now, I don't think anyone's going to do that. So focus on just allowing this token gating environment. Yeah, build this app, partner, and I think it would be a good thing for the space in general. Again, I don't know how many people are in the market for this and are like dying to be able to use the Vision Pro to actually flip through comic books. But all utility is good utility. And I think this is a cool experience that you can't go wrong with it. It looks like it's something that's pretty, high quality, easy to use. Of course, people know the Vision Pro, the future of this, the AR environment. So hopefully we can see this soon. I don't know if it's going to be next year, but I don't know if it's that really hard to do. If you have the 3D file and the Vision Pro, Meta glasses, all this stuff, it already exists. So how hard is it at that point to build this app? I think it just needs to take the right person, the need and the want, and then they could find a way to make this happen. So this is what I think about this.
Well, I mean, this is proof that maybe you don't have to do everything as a company. Maybe by having the community and the geniuses in this community. I mean, we already seen it with Dr. Profit bringing Omi to NFT. He's done all these things for Vivi, building their roadmap that they weren't able to build, their initial roadmap at least. And now we're seeing this one here, by no ways RSX over there, doing this basically comics in showroom without having comics in showroom. By having these tokens available to build in this way, I think it's incredible. Maybe obviously this is licensed stuff and it would have to get approvals. Hopefully whoever is in charge of decision making is able to see this video and maybe get in touch with these guys over here, because they're obviously top-notch quality what they're doing. So that is another thing. The other reason that maybe we do need self-custody is because of things like this that happened to our good friend Vicente, who is a whale on Vivi, a whale on Vivi, and he was trying to use the I guess the rules to try and level up with the MCP. There's different ways you can get MCP: listing, buying, selling. So in order to level up, you needed so many MCP. He was trying to get there for New York Comic Con. One of the ways you can earn MCP is by listing collectibles, listing comics, and he listed, I think he said 1,000 comics for fairly cheap, and his account got flagged, and now it is locked, and he's trying to get it unlocked. I mean, first of all, when it's a top 50 wallet, I think you got to prioritize that, because people are dropping money on your platform. So make sure you take care of Vicente, because this guy is all in on Vivi. But the other thing is, if he had the tokens and he had availability to transact any way that he wanted freely, buy, sell, trade, this would have never happened. He would have been able to move around whatever he needed to move around, however he needed to move around. I understand having security practices in place. Maybe have something built in, a warning, like you've listed too many comics, we're going to block you if you do it again. Something like that before shutting down one of the biggest whales on the platform. We don't want to scare people like this guy away from the platform. So I think he's probably made his ideas known. I feel like Vivi will get on this rather quickly. He's tagged My Collectibles, Mitch, and the new CEO, Ben Rose. But it's just something that self-custody would help to avoid. But I do agree with you. Right now, self-custody is just that. It's just holding collectibles, holding tokens. There's nothing to do once you have that. There's no experiences on any platform in the space that you are able to do this, where you hold the token and now you can use it for this, except for Starboys by Game Art Brain, which you can use on FlickPlay and walk around and do whatever you need to do, make your videos and then post them. And maybe we're going to do some giveaways. Who knows what's going to happen from that? But definitely we're trying to help trailblaze that space where token gating matters, and it's more than just airdrops and stuff like that.
Well, I think we want to be ahead of the curve, right? I think that right now there's more pros than cons in having self-custody. It's not bad to have. But the problem is not necessary to have.
Yeah.
The problem is once you have it, you have some benefits. And I mean, we've already done videos on the benefits of it. And I can think of 5 examples right now on unique examples on how self-custody was used in order to work around regulations and work around different constraints in order for a company to be able to operate in a way that's both Web3 and Web2, if you want to put it like that. But I think that going into 2025 and beyond, self-custody is going to be key because you're going to be able to leverage more and more utility potentially. Like you mentioned, it'd be a great business idea if people could just start offering utility through some kind of platform, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you come here with any NFT project, look, there's a unique set of experiences we'll let you use. That'd be kind of cool. But I think you want to be ahead of the curve, get your self-custody on the platform. I think Candy has officially done it. I know they've been promising it for a very, very long time. So congrats to them for finally having delivered on that. And that's, I think, what they needed to do in order to start preparing for the future. Like McFarlane, for example, went from day one doing that. But yet again, where is the utility after the fact? And that's where I think the masses are looking. They want to know, what can I do with these things after I buy them? So step 1 is that self-custody. You got to do that first anyways. Step 2 is going to be the utility that will follow. So guys, let us know in the comments below. Do you agree that no one cares about self-custody with digital collectibles? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar fam. We're here hitting you with videos a few times a week.
Once in a while. So hit that bell notification button so you know when we post. Also, thank you to our VIPs. We appreciate you guys so much. Take care. We see you next one. Bye-bye. That's it.
Oh,
Knock something off my desk. Bye.